I'm going to make pear wontons today, and I've made a video in the past, fruit wontons, and I believe they were apple, and I used the wonton wrappers, the square one, the small square ones, that you can take the larger ones and cut them in four. The last time I made it, I'm pretty sure that I used apples, and I used a mini muffin pan, and I pushed the wontons into the pan, put the fruit inside, and then scrunched them together, and you can still do it that way. What's different about today, though, is I'm using a pear, and while I was visiting my mom, I made some apple wontons, and she didn't have any mini muffin pans, and I had already had all the stuff out, so I just kind of stuffed them and rolled them like tiny egg rolls, and I think they came out better that way. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to prepare the pear mixture, and then I'm going to spoon it onto the wontons, which I'm going to place on this cookie sheet. Though I'm thinking that I need to get creative, and there must be some kind of device out there where, because I'm not going to fry them, of course, where I could put them on something like they use on grills when you grill vegetables and then you flip it over. So that's a thought. But I will show you when I'm actually doing a few. What I'm going to do now is I have 4 very ripe pears. I just bought the ones that were on sale that day. I'm going to peel them, and then I'm going to cut them up very small. With the apples, I actually used a chopper, but since the flesh of the pear is soft, I'm not going to do that. I also, at times, will boil the fruit, heat it up a little bit before I stuff the wonton wrappers, but I don't think I need to do that with the pears. I think they'll cook just fine in the oven in the wrappers. So I'm going to peel and then cut up the pears. I don't think they need any Splenda. They should be naturally sweet, but I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon. And I'll show you the pear mixture and the wrapping of the wontons in a moment. I wanted to let you know that I'm going to try using this mixer to get my to make my pear mixture more like a puree. So I cut them up small, but I didn't really mince them because I was feeling lazy. So I thought I'd try this. So, as opposed to using the chopper. I don't know, I could have pear flying everywhere now. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't appear to be working. So I'll actually probably just cut that one out of the video. I don't know. I think I'm just mashing them. And I think that a fork will do the same thing. So my pears are really super ripe, which I did that on purpose. You can tell I do this with the apples more. I also have done it with plums. And they're very good. These fruit wontons. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, and then just a little bit of cinnamon. And I'm going to bring the camera over here so you can see me at work with the mixture and the wontons, and I've got the oven at, well, this is a really messed up oven. I would suggest that you put your oven around 375, but check on them because you don't want the bottoms to burn and the tops not be cooked at all. So it takes some monitoring and experimentation till you get it right. Which means you might have to taste a lot of them. Okay, here's my mixture so far. Let me grab a fork. Yeah, just, make it to the right consistency. Alright, I'm going to have to... So if you've got chunks in there, just try to mash them with your fork if you have nice ripe pear. If not, then you're going to have to cut them up before you get them in here. So this is just fresh pears and cinnamon. And I'm going to use a teaspoon like this to spoon them onto the wontons. And I did spray my cookie sheet. It depends on, you know, what kind you have, if you have to spray it or not. And you don't have to do this on the cookie sheet. It's just that I don't have a lot of room if I want to show you technique. So I'm going to try with the teaspoon. I should sample this to make sure it's not going to be too much or too little. So just fold them in and over. You can fold them whatever way that you're comfortable with, that you like. If maybe you've done this before, maybe you've made egg rolls, maybe you've made dumplings, pot stickers, and you know, sometimes I turn them over. I think I turned them over at Mom's, but now I'm thinking I don't want to turn them over. I think that they'll stick together. Maybe I'll do both ways. So do you get the idea there? Just kind of stuff them. And I like to have my wonton wrappers at room temperature when I work with them. But if you're leaving them out to get warm, make sure you do leave them covered because they will dry out. So I'm going to continue in this fashion till I use all the pear mixture. And then I'm going to put them in the oven. And like I said, ovens are different. And I have a very stubborn one, so sometimes I have to put items high on upper racks when I would normally put them on the middle or the lower rack. So now I'm a little bit confused about what to tell people. So I'm going to put mine either in the middle or one row higher towards the top than middle. And check it probably in 10 minutes and see how it's doing. It could take as many as 20, but you'd want to check on 10 to make sure you don't have any burning going on. Especially watch that the bottoms don't get burned while the tops stay uncooked. Alright, so you can pouch them up any way you like. They should stick fine. And when I take them out, I usually have some pear juice left over and a brush, and I brush over them. I'll show you that. Okay, I'm taking mine out. They're starting to get brown on the bottom. I think I had mine in there for about 20 minutes. So I have the bowl that I have the pears in, and there's a little bit of like leftover pear and juice in there. So I'm just using a brush to get that and just drape it over the tops of these. But then I'm going to take these off and put them on a cooling rack so they don't get, I don't know why I'm acting like I'm in such a hurry, so they don't get soggy. Oh, and anytime I make these wontons, whether it's the fruit ones or even the pizza ones, it seems like they are going to be anywhere between 25 and 35 calories, as long as you don't add any sugars or fats to them. Thus, they are a nice snack to have, a nice thing to serve at a party as a little appetizer or desserts, and you won't ruin any of your friends' healthy eating agendas. See? I'm not going to say diet because I hate that word. So a healthy eating agenda, yeah, that's what I'm all about. Okay. And don't do like I did and wrap them on the cookie sheet, because that's what's going to lead them to stick. See, I should have left them in there longer. I don't think they're cooked enough. So just be mindful of that. Whether you're using this or the mini muffin tins. See, now that one is browner on the bottom. Oh me, oh my. Whatever. Experiment. They taste good. Anyways, bye-bye.